TV.
Rogers TV Durham would like to acknowledge that we are on the treaty and traditional territory of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation of the Mississauga Nation. May we respectfully honor the knowledge and understanding of the Indigenous stewards of these ancestral lands and ensure that the voices of the First Peoples are represented in our collections, programs, and services.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details. The opinions expressed in the following programs are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers Cable or Rogers TV.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk Politics. I'm Debra Hutchison. Our guest this week is Pickering Mayor Kevin Ashe. Been a while since the two of us have sat down and had a good gab session. Thanks for coming on the show this week.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to have a chat with you, Deborah, as you come up on your 40th anniversary celebration, and the great things you've done at Rogers. And I always take the opportunity to talk about my city. I love my city, and lots going on here.
And clearly a lot of people love your city, Kevin, because Pickering has been ranked number 3 in the Globe and Mail for one of the most livable cities in Ontario. Just your reaction to that ranking.
Well, 26th in the whole country, 3rd in Ontario, and a 493. I think the other two cities that were ahead of us were Ottawa and Burlington, which are also great cities. So I think it's great that we're getting some recognition. We are a growth city, and we're trying to do certainly more in our city in regards to programming and development and infrastructure renewal. And I think those investments we're making are helping us attract new residents as well as new businesses. And I'm happy to chat about that today because I think it's a good story to be told, and there's a great value proposition for people locating here to either live or to work.
Okay, let's start with the living part of it. You recently wrote to the housing minister, Minister Paul Palandra, asking that a longstanding zoning restriction in Northeast Pickering be revoked to allow for development. So let's go over that. Why did you do that? Why is that a good move? Because this was land that you can't build on because of the proposed Pickering Airport, correct?
Yes and no. The minister's zoning order was implemented in 1972 by Trudeau, when Trudeau, number 1, announced the federal government to build an airport in Pickering. So the provincial government put that minister's zoning on to kind of protect what's going on and to make sure that housing and an airport would not be in conflict. Fast forward 52 years, Pickering and Durham Region have just gone through a 5-year process through the Envision Durham process to look at an official plan. And Northeast Pickering, which was always in the White Belt, was approved by the Regional Council to be a part of the expansion of the urban boundary. So that draft was released by the minister, and they excluded Northeast Pickering because of this conflict between the 1972 minister zoning order and the Envision Durham process. So I, as mayor, have asked the minister to, revoke the portions of the lands that are impacted, that are in the Envision Durham. So to be clear, it's not Greenbelt lands, it's White Belt lands that were scheduled to be looked at. And we are in a housing crisis, no doubt about it. And Pickering's doing more than its share for new housing. We had a record-breaking year. We're probably going to have another record-breaking year this year. But we need a supply. And Envision Durham was lengthy, involved all kinds of stakeholders, and took 5 years. And that's the reasoning why I've asked the minister to move forward with approving the urban expansion of Northeast Pickering in the official plan. And I'm hopeful that they'll take that process. The minister has responded to my request and has posted his desire or his willingness to revoke the MZO, and it's currently in a 45-day period of comment. So I expect the Envision Durham and the MZO will probably happen sometime in July, and I'm hopeful that the Envision Durham and the expansion of Northeast Pickering and the urban boundary will be accepted, so we can start working on not only the houses in there, but also the jobs. There's several hundred acres of employment land in that area as well. So,
was this not land that was in the flight path of what if a Pickering Airport is to be built? Is it not in the flight path? Was that part of the conflict?
In the original flight plan back in 1972, there was 3 runways. It's now currently a 2-runway configuration. Although, again, the government of Canada is the sole decider of when and if an airport will happen. This request does not stop an airport, nor does it advance the argument for an airport. That will be done by the federal government. They're currently doing a study about needs across all southern Ontario, and they'll make their determination, either this or potentially a new government if there is a new government. So this request doesn't advance or negate the issue of an airport. So there are runways and landings that would be impacted, but it's less so than the original design in 1972. And the exact same revocation of the MZO that I've requested happened in Markham when they approved a process some years ago to develop lands in Markham for housing, which had the same restrictions on it.
Okay. I want to move along to another development in Pickering. A new 40-story condo is coming to Valley Farm Road, just north of the 401. Where are we in that process?
1515 Pickering Parkway has been approved by council. It's done by Savoy Group, formerly Fieldgate Urban. It's one of another towers in our downtown, developing downtown. The benefits of these towers are its close availability to GO train that is walkable. So the buyers of this market are usually young professionals, sometimes young families, and aren't necessarily buying a condo with a parking spot, because in Center Court, which is a building in City Center, which is very close to this one, less than 0.5% of a parking spot is being sold. So the market's changing, and people are certainly looking at transit options and GO train and the like. So I think it's going to be an exciting addition to our downtown, and it's being priced fairly aggressively in comparison. And the condo market is not just an entry into the marketplace for many young families or investors. It's also an exit from the housing market for seniors who have a doctor, have a lawyer, have their dry cleaners, et cetera, in their community, and they want to stay in our community. And condo living's an alternative to big property taxes and the maintenance of a large yard. So the marketplace for condos is certainly wide and vast, and we're seeing not only investors but young families as well as seniors looking at this as an opportunity. I think it'd be a great place. We have our rec center, we have our city hall, our library, very close to the GO train with the world's largest covered pedestrian bridge at your doorstep, literally. We have an emerging downtown. We have a renewed commitment for the shops at Pickering Center, formerly known as Pickering Town Center. So it's an exciting place, and I'm sure there'll be lots of people looking for it. We're also looking at partnering with a hoteler to get a hotel in our downtown as well.
I'm shocked that so few parking spaces are being sold, and I'm shocked at that trend. Were you surprised by that?
Not really. I think when you're looking at affordability and parking spots are costing about $50,000 per spot, you're looking at buying a car for $50,000. I think zip cars, rental cars, Ubers, GO train is kind of an issue of affordability, and I think that's kind of the new condo market. It's certainly a Toronto phenomenon that's going to some other parts of the GTA, and Pickering is no different. I think people being able to walk to the GO train and get on that GO train and be downtown in 32 minutes, and GO trains being extended eastward as well. And we're going to get to a period of time where it's every half hour, every 20 minutes during rush hour. We're going to get to a time where you're not going to use the schedule. You'll just show up like you do for the subway, and there'll be a train coming every couple minutes.
I know jobs is also on the tops of your list. And it used to be that you moved out to the suburbs to live, but you had to commute downtown or into the GTA, to make your salary. That's changing. And how is Pickering changing when it comes to the job market?
Well, we have a couple of exciting new businesses locating here in Pickering along our innovation corridor, where we currently have the head office of Kubota. Under construction is the FGF company, which is a innovation company that bakes. Going to have upwards of 5,000 employees when they're built out. I'm going to be announcing, I would think, in the next several months, some other exciting persons and companies that are going to be relocating. And we have to look as well, Debra, at the refurb of Pickering Nuclear, which was announced on January 30th. That's going to bring 12,000 construction jobs during the 7 to 10 years of refurb. So there's lots of opportunity here. I've always said that I want to be the jobs mayor, and I want there to be a reverse commute. So people getting on the GO train in the morning from Toronto and coming out to Pickering to work. And as our city center develops, there'll be more office as well. There'll be an office tower. We're looking at and in discussions with a post-secondary institution as well. So it's an exciting time for our city, and I'm honored to be its mayor and leading us through this change.
Okay, and on that, I'm going to stop you there. We are going to take a quick break. More of our conversation with Pickering Mayor Kevin Ashe after this.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Rising from the ashes, spreading my wings wide. No more holding back, I've got nothing to hide. If you cross me once, you will feel my thunder shower. So don't mess with me, 'cause I've got the power. I've got the power.
The Bachelorette season premiere Monday, July 8th on City TV.
And welcome back to Talk Politics. Our guest this week is Pickering Mayor Kevin Ashe. We've been talking about housing and jobs. Let's talk about community infrastructure and some new exciting buildings being built. First off, the Seton Recreation Complex. Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, the Seton Recreation Complex has been identified as one of our top priorities. We have a new community in Seton, which is going to have about 60,000 people. And it's going to be our largest project ever, about $250 million of investment into a new rec center, 2 new rinks, pickleball, obviously, because that's on top of everybody's mind, as well as a library.
That's the big thing these days.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it is. We're also have broken ground on the Pickering Heritage and Community Center, which is in Greenwood, which was by our museum, which will again be a place for our archives, some community space. We're looking at partnering with TRCA to take over management of the Petticoat Creek Conservation Authority that many people have spent time with over the years. That'll again be a place where pickleball will be there, and the city will invest in the refurbishment of either a pool or a water feature that many families have enjoyed over the years. We have the Pickering Soccer Dome, which suffered a deflated soccer facility during the snow. It's up and running again, and the young people are enjoying their soccer. There's also pickleball courts there, indoor. So there's a lot going on in the community. One of the things I'm really excited about is an urban park that's going to happen right across from City Hall, which will be, if you picture Nathan Phillips Square, there's going to be a water feature in the summer and a refrigerated outdoor rink in the wintertime. And that's expected to be open by the fall of 2026 in conjunction with the construction of the first 2 buildings by Center Court. So it'll be a gathering place, and I'm really excited about the investments we're making. We're a growing community, and we have some aging infrastructure, so we have to invest in its renewal and new facilities for new residents. So I'm really excited about those particular ones. We're also trying to have some more fun in the city too. You know, we've had a great experience with Durham Live and the announcement and operation of the arena, where we saw Jan Arden and Brian Adams, and we see, I think Elvis played on the weekend. But the Porsche experience is an $80 million investment in only the 3rd in North America for the Porsche experience. We're looking at Launchpad Golf, about a $20 million, similar to Top Golf, on those facilities as well. So it's going to bring in tourists. It'll also allow, the families to have something in our community, so they don't have to go outside our community. So lots going on in the city, and I'm excited to be able to see through this period of growth and period of investment in our infrastructure.
You talk about gathering places. A real gathering place and a real attraction, of course, is the beautiful Pickering waterfront, but parking is not always easy, and it is at a premium. Once again, paid parking is back for the Pickering waterfront. Why did you feel that was necessary to implement?
Well, during the pandemic, there was a lot of people looking for green space, place to get outdoors. And to be brutally honest, our waterfront was overutilized. And Ajax came up with the idea of having paid parking in its waterfront. We do have street parking as well as a municipal lot down there. So what we've done is made paid parking for visitors, but those that are residents of the city can register their car and get free parking. And then also People that are over 65 can register their car if they're visitors as well to get free parking. We also have a grace period, so if people are just going down for a quick shop or an appointment or an ice cream, there is an hour or two of leniency in terms of the parking. But we're looking at other options because we're pleased to announce that there is going to be a free shuttle with Durham Transit from starting on June 29th and going through to Labor Day. So all weekends as well as statutory holidays, there'll be a free shuttle from the GO train parking lot at Pickering GO station down to our waterfront. So it'll take on some of the burden of the overparking down there. It'll allow tourists to go there for free, and it'll allow residents that don't want to fight the traffic. We have fantastic programming down there on Thursdays. The concerts at Waterfront are oversubscribed, and this is just another opportunity to use some of those assets. We want to make the Nautical Village a 12-month destination, not just between May and October. And we've done some programming as well with the Fall Fling and the Winter Wonderland and the like. So it's a great spot to spend some time. Many have gone to the Chip Truck or the ice cream parlor or one of our better restaurants called The Port, all down in our historic Nautical Village.
Yeah, well, I was so excited when I heard about the free waterfront shuttle. I think that is an amazing, amazing win for Pickering residents, for Durham residents.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's something that we're delighted that the region has partnered with us, and I'm hoping it lasts more than 1 year and maybe extend it more than just the weekends in the summer. Maybe there'll be a need to do it as we go through the fall as well.
And also, in keeping with the waterfront, I still want to ask you about the city's interest in purchasing Frenchman Bay. We've spoken about this previously. But who knew that it was up for sale and that if there was an owner, it wasn't Pickering?
Yeah.
Where are we on that?
Well, I can tell you that we're in active discussions with the landowner about the city entering into a purchase agreement. It would be contingent on getting funding from the federal government and the provincial government. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to announce a deal and begin the process of advocacy to get those monies from the federal and the provincial government. We're probably looking at a 8 to 12 month kind of time frame. But MPP Bethenfalvey and MP O'Connell have been very, very supportive. We just got to find the right programming for it. I really believe that that asset should be in public ownership, not to develop it, but actually to safeguard it from development. There's acres in Lake Ontario that are owned by a private company, which blows me away. And our Frenchman Bay is owned by a private company given to a charter by Queen Victoria before Confederation. So that's the history, and hopefully the next chapter in that book will be the city owning it and being a steward of it and protecting it and making it the jewel that it ought to be.
So in your mind, then, what would you like to see down there? Obviously, you'd like to see this land, as you said, preserved and owned by the city of Pickering. But ultimately, what would be your vision if the city is successful in buying the
Well,
land?
I think there's some holdings north of our parking lot, which could do some programming. We could have an amphitheater, we could have a roller rink, we could have all kinds of things. Part of the purchase includes the Lake House, which is an event center, which could be used for public use. Part of the purchase includes the marina, or parts of the marina, which in many other jurisdictions is a revenue producer. So it'll allow us to make some money and invest in other parts of our city. But really, the ownership is to protect it from the condo developments or floating homes or any other idea that people might have. This is to make the waterfront accessible to the public, a place where you can gather. And, we're going to be investing about $10 million in our boardwalk, which was destroyed by the waves. And it's going to be a raised boardwalk right on the east spit going eastbound towards the Alex Robertson Park. So we have great plans for it. And for us to have ownership of it would be a fantastic achievement. I think all members of council, save and except perhaps one, are very, very supportive of that. And I'm hopeful that we'll get a deal soon and that we can partner with the federal and the provincial government. And I'm going to be calling on all our residents to make sure their voices are heard to our MP and our MPP about the need to fully partner and be full financial partners as well in achieving the monies to get that jewel back in public ownership.
Okay, we only have about a minute and a half left, if that, but I do want to ask you about the move to vote that out-of-town residents are not allowed to speak at public meetings. Why was it necessary?
Well, Deborah, if you have been following council for the last year, we have one member of council who has been getting people from outside of our city, hijacking the agenda, talking about things that are not in the city's realm for information. They've been very disrespectful of our chamber and our rules. And it was something we didn't really want to do, but we have to get back to making the chamber a safe place so residents can feel comfortable to come to their council. And we think by eliminating non-residents who were disrupting our council and our council chamber, this will bring democracy back. I think the antics that were occurring in our council chamber diminished democracy. The need to have police officers there, I don't think are helpful. It's got to be a safe and welcoming place that everybody feels comfortable in sharing their views to council. And I think this is a step forward for us. And hopefully we've turned the page on this unfortunate chapter.
Okay, and on that, we are out of time. Pickering Mayor Kevin Ashe, thanks again for joining us.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
I'm not special. Cancer happens to people all the time. I take 1 mile at a time, 26 miles a day. I want to set an example that'll never be forgotten. Sometimes it feels endless. But the pain I feel is nothing. I've seen little kids in so much pain. Somewhere, the hurting must stop.
Terry Fox ran more than halfway across Canada to raise money for cancer research. Every year, millions of people around the world continue the marathon of hope in his name.
Today, I helped a senior find transportation to an important medical appointment.
Today, I helped a new mom find virtual programming so she didn't feel so isolated.
Today, I helped someone understand new government supports.
Every day, 219